Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and this might be a very important video for some of you. There is a pattern I've noticed with just some of the players at my old local gaming store, and honestly a couple in and out at my new local gaming store. They have been playing MTG forever and show up at F&M, and they barely even enjoy it anymore. All they do is complain about the cost of standard and, of course, their ridiculous notion that they, quote, have to buy a net deck to stand a chance of winning, and then they get massively bombed out by my decks. Hey, is this a good time to mention that my deck Gravity Bomb beats basically every single top 8 deck at the first SCG tournament? That's what about 100 games on X-Mage seems to indicate. Anyway, these types of people tend to complain, they don't smile, they don't joke around, and they don't have fun. Now, this isn't even people that I've mentioned in the past, where they're only there to win and they're not happy if they're not winning because they just want cards and money so that they can pay back what they spent on their deck. This is just people who are there and not having fun for some reason, and it's kind of strange, but I've determined that the cause is just getting burned out on MTG. Playing every week for years gets some people really tired of Magic the Gathering. They're not going to quit because, they've been playing it for so long and, they used to enjoy it. But every single week, the waiting and the rounds and the, keeping the sleeves pristine and the rebuilding and modifying your deck over and over and over and following the MTG news online, it can become very repetitive and kind of dull. Now, my personal method to fix this is to just build a different deck every 2 weeks because obviously I love, deck building, but I also look forward to then testing the decks and seeing if I can win with them. So in other words, don't net deck. Add that to the list of reasons not to net deck. Seriously, you don't need a net deck to win. I mean, I'm just dominating with my $11 deck, and a $12 deck just top 8'd at the last tournament. That's a pro building a $12 deck and top 8ing with it. I mean, you don't need a, quote, net deck. There is no such thing as the top deck in Standard. It's too short for them to figure out what the best deck is. Anyway, have you guys heard of seasonal affective disorder, or SAD? Seriously, that's a real thing. I didn't even just make that up as a joke. They literally named it SAD. Well, I'm calling this effect the Magic Interaction Burnout Affective Disorder, or my bad. Hey, I'm no doctor, but apparently you're supposed to make your acronym spell something stupid. And it is your bad. So here's the universal cure for how to fix it. First of all, if you have SAD, the best advice I can give you is to turn on some lights in your house and get the heck over it, you overdramatic moron. Your life probably isn't that bad, and the fact that it's dark out shouldn't be affecting your mood that much. Seriously, get the hell over it. This is why I'm not a psychologist. If you're affected by my bad, though, you should stop playing MTG solely at Friday Night Magic events, because it's very, formal. Like, yeah, it's kind of loose and whatever, and people might be tryhards or they might be super casual. You never know what your, local environment, I guess you would say, is going to be. Usually it's a mix of those people. I completely don't take F&M seriously at all, although people find that misleading because I play extremely powerful decks and make very, very few sloppy decisions. So yes, I am seriously trying to win, but I'm joking around and just doing crazy stuff and all that, because it's fun. Like, if it's not fun, what's the point? But some people, they play video games, they do certain stuff, certain tasks, certain sports just to win. Just as, like the fun part of it is seeing if they can win, not acting like a complete crazy person. So I get that, but I'm also going to take a guess that when you first learned how to play Magic, you probably played with cycled out non-standard decks or some kind of hastily assembled non-competitive deck. Well, that or of course the intro decks or similar pre-made products, which are of course awesome for new players. No, I'm not going to ever let that go or stop mentioning it. Here's how my learning Magic experience went, and I'm going to take a wild guess that this is probably how it went for you. I mean, I might be wrong, this doesn't cover everybody, but I would say the majority at least. I started playing with my friend, and he showed me all kinds of different decks, and, we built, like, pseudo-sealed decks and stuff like that. We're just learning the phases and all that. We're having a fun time. We don't care who wins. It's not about winning. I just learned the game. Who cares? Of course I'm not going to win. But when I do finally win, I'm super ecstatic about it because I'm brand new at this game and he had been playing for like 10 years. So it was just fun, and the reason I kept playing it and kept learning the game and kept buying cards is because it's fun. If it wasn't fun, why the heck would I have continued playing it? Then I went to Friday Night Magic. I had been playing for about a month, maybe 2, on and off, but pretty often. Thought I was, okay-ish at the game, still absolutely horrific at deck building, believe it or not. But I went to Friday Night Magic and got just absolutely demolished, but a lot of the people there were like super cool. I would say 1/3 of the players were just like casual, who cares? I've got a deck idea, I threw it together, I built something out of the cards I had, whatever, let's just have a fun match and joke around and whatever. But then I would get paired up against the super like pro wannabe tryhards, and they would all be running the same deck. Back then it was white red Minotaurs with Boros Charm and the pseudo Devotion card before Devotion really came out. Actually, it wasn't really Devotion. I think it was literally the number of Minotaurs on the field or their total cast cost, regardless of color. I don't even remember. That deck was OP as balls. Nothing could beat it. I lost every single game in like 3 minutes to those people, and they were dicks about it because they were there not having fun. So if they weren't having fun, I wasn't having fun. They were winning easy matches against me, and they still weren't, making jokes, smiling, nothing. They were not having fun. And that made F&M not fun, not to mention all the people I caught cheating, because I might have been new to the game, but I'm not new to card manipulation, that's for sure. So, net decking, unfriendly, unhappy players, and cheaters are the 3 things that drove me away from Magic and made me not want to show up to F&M. Basically, the only reason I kept showing up is because I wanted to beat them. I'm very competitive, and I'm very, I guess you could say, vengeful. So if I disagree with everybody copying a deck off the internet and beating me with it nonstop, and then they all complain about mirror matches, and it's just obvious that it's a thing that they shouldn't be doing, then guess what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat them. Well, fast forward, and here I am now. Rogue deckers for life, and net deckers can go burn. Seriously, it's like 4 years later and I haven't let it go from the first F&M. But besides my own obvious psychological problems, I've seen a lot of people do this. They're new to Friday Night Magic. They're kind of new to Magic. Usually they play at their high school or their friend kind of got them into it, and they showed up to have fun. And if they play with somebody like me, they might come back. If they play with just people who aren't having fun, they aren't coming back. Especially at my old local gaming store, I saw so many new people. Like, on average, probably 2 new players per week. No joke. It was like that much growth. A bunch of them would show up for 2 or 3 events, and that is it. They would stop showing up. And I asked a couple because I saw them just at the shop, and they went back to casually playing with their friends. I said, hey, why aren't you showing up to F&M? And they said, 1, I can't possibly win. 2, the people are super unfriendly, and it's not fun to play. So if you are one of these like total downer people that are just there because you play Magic and that's it, and you're not having any fun at F&M, I strongly recommend, and I discovered this by doing this myself lately, just don't play solely highly competitive DCI sanctioned Magic. You gotta go find your friends, go on some Saturday or some Monday or whatever, and just play casually. Play Commander, play stupid formats, play Blitzkrieg, play Plains Chase, play Sealed where it's nothing but commons, or just nothing but rares is even funnier. We do that. Or just do like a super casual, non-competitive draft. Because if there's no stakes and you're all just dicking around and nobody really cares who wins, it is automatically fun. If you're not having fun in that situation, there's something wrong with you. So that really is, in my opinion, the best way to stop like getting in this rut where you no longer enjoy going to F&M. Because basically you don't enjoy Magic. You need to play the really silly, non-serious formats once in a while to just kind of get back into it and just think, yeah, Magic is fun. This is why I started playing Magic. And, I just need to relax a little bit, because then I've noticed that you'll have a better opinion of F&M, and you'll have a better attitude while you're at F&M. And then you'll stop driving away new players with your super turbo downer depressive attitude. So I would say if that describes you, just take a shot at it. It might sound like it doesn't work at all, but, I just had nothing to do at my shop one day, and Dracon came over, and he said, yeah, let's just play some Magic. Let's just get out some old decks that used to be standard and just play and whatever, and it was fun. This is right in the middle of me being totally just pissed off at Wizards, obviously, for all the crap they've been doing lately, plus totally burned out and just sick of learning stuff and sick of the new sets. I had to look at Conspiracy and learn that before I draft it. Then I had to look at From the Vault and what's the value, and should I buy it? Should I invest in it? Should my friends sell it to me, part it out, sell it whole? All that. Oh, then another set, Eldritch Moon, and then boom, on top of that, oh, Kaladesh. Oh, now there's a printing flaw and you got to do this, and, we're staying up at midnight, and it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, and it really resembled work, especially since obviously I have to make videos about all this, so it quite literally is work. But it was coming at me way too quick, way too much I have to do it in a timely manner kind of stuff. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, which, oh, let's just say that describes 99% of you watching this video, you do, if you want to continue playing Standard, have to keep up with Standard, find out what's cycling out, rebuild your deck, learn all the new cards. And yeah, it's part of Magic. It only happens like 4 times a year, except that they crammed in a whole bunch of crap all at once, especially like Eternal Masters. I mean, they just released like 6 products in a row. So a lot of people are getting kind of mopey and down about everything, and they're just at the end of it when Kaladesh came out and they had to, cycle their cards and rebuild their deck. Some of them just stopped showing up to F&M for a couple weeks. There it is, like, I'm taking a break, screw this. And yeah, I get it. You could also do that as well. That's an acceptable way to deal with it. A lot of people do take breaks. I mean, a lot of people take breaks because they want to wait for the first Grand Prix and then copy the net decks. But if you have a hobby and it's something for fun, let's say you go fishing, okay? But now you decided to go to fishing tournaments. Well, there's a tournament on, I don't know, September 12th. Well, now you have to go to it. Like, whatever you were doing on September 12th, now you have to, like, warp your whole schedule around it, take off of work, travel, get everything all set. You got to have the money and you got to go to it. So, yeah, you enjoy fishing, but now you have to do something on the 12th. You have to. I mean, you don't have to go to the tournaments, but if you like fishing and you like competitive fishing, then you kind of do have to. Like, you would be mad if you skipped it. Get too many things like that together where it's a deadline, it's a timely thing, you have to do it. Like, oh, Kaladesh came out, you have to rebuild your deck, or Kaladesh spoilers are out, you have to read them or you're going to be terrible at the pre-release. People doing something for fun don't like the phrase have to. They don't like to have to do anything. They want to do what they want whenever they want. That's why everybody's canceling cable and going to Netflix and Hulu, because then they could watch whatever they want whenever they want. They don't have to be sitting there at 6 o'clock when the show airs. And obviously DVRs too. I mean, come on. I'm too poor to afford a DVR or cable. Of course that wouldn't be the first thing on my mind. But people who do enjoyable things don't like being told when to do them and how to do them and that sort of thing, and that's all F&M is. It's show up here, do it our way, here's the rules, here's the cards that cycle, do this. So to continue having fun at Magic, just make sure that you do have fun at Magic. Go play casually, play some crazy formats. Get together with your friends and just do something to relax with Magic, because then you'll have a better opinion of Magic overall and a better attitude at Friday Night Magic. If you still continue to have symptoms of my bad, then make sure that you go switch to Yu-Gi-Oh! Where all the players have bad attitudes. That's a more fitting game for your personality type at this point. Oh, I'm going to hear about this from all 3 of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans out of 20,500. What else can I say that'll piss off the Yu-Gi-Oh! People? Hey, if you're depressed and playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, have you tried blowing up the moon? I've heard that's a great strategy. Hey guys, how many Yu-Gi-Oh! Players does it take to change a light bulb? It takes 6 players. One of them climbs the ladder and actually replaces the light bulb, and the other 5 make excuses because they're hiding parts of Exodia up their sleeves. But seriously though, I will send you to the Shadow Realm. This video has gone completely off the rails, but hopefully you guys get it. If you've had experiences with just mopey, bad, depressed, unhappy, unfun-having players, that's some good grammar. Let me know down in the comments section if you have other ways to cheer yourself up or, not get burned out on Magic. Definitely let me know. I'm sure Travis would tell you to get exercise, drink some more protein, improve your diet, get more sleep, and you should do all those, yes. Thanks, imaginary Travis, and I'll see you guys next video.